What if Earth's rotation suddenly accelerated and our day lasted only 12 hours? Imagine waking up to a sunrise every morning, but just as you get into the rhythm of your day, it's already dusk. The world would be turned upside down, quite literally, and we'd have to adjust to a new way of life. In this video, we'll explore what would happen if Earth started spinning twice as fast, from shorter days to extreme weather changes. Buckle up for an exciting ride. The day would be only 12 hours long. The centrifugal force would be twice as strong, making it difficult for us to stand up. Animals would also be impacted, as they rely on the sun to help them regulate their body temperature. If the Earth began spinning twice as fast, the length of a day would be cut in half. The change in the Earth's rotation would have a major impact on human beings and other creatures that rely on the sun to determine when to sleep and when to wake up. The shorter days would also affect plant growth and other cycles that are dictated by the amount of daylight. If the Earth's rotation were to speed up, the atmosphere would also rotate faster. This would lead to increased wind speeds and more extreme weather conditions. Hurricanes, tornadoes, and other destructive storms could become more common. The additional energy in the atmosphere could also cause more frequent and severe earthquakes. If the Earth were to spin twice as fast, the satellites in geosynchronous orbit would no longer be able to keep up with the speed of the planet. This could cause major disruptions in satellite communications, television broadcasting, and military and intelligence operations. Some satellites are equipped with fuel reserves that would allow them to make adjustments to their speed and position, but others would need to be replaced entirely. The cost of replacing lost or damaged satellites could be significant. If the Earth's rotation were to speed up, it would have a significant impact on the planet's climate. The increased wind speeds would lead to higher temperatures in some areas, while other areas would become colder. This is due to the fact that the atmosphere would be carried around by the increased rotational speed of the planet. Hurricanes would also spin faster and contain more energy. If the Earth's rotation were to speed up, the planet would experience some drastic changes. The most noticeable change would be the increased strength of ocean currents. As the water at the equator moves faster, it would start to pile up. This could lead to a rise in sea level of a few inches within just a few days. At 100 miles per hour faster, the equator would start to drown, and areas like the Amazon basin, northern Australia, and many islands in the equatorial region would all go underwater. This would have a major impact on marine life and ecosystems. The faster rotation of the Earth could also trigger more earthquakes and volcanic eruptions, as the movement of tectonic plates is affected by changes in the planet's rotation. The increased seismic activity could lead to devastating natural disasters that would wreak havoc on human populations. In addition, the faster rotation of the Earth would cause the atmosphere to circulate at a higher speed, leading to more extreme weather conditions such as stronger hurricanes and typhoons. Overall, a faster rotating Earth would be a very different place from the one we know today. Humanity would need to adapt to the new conditions in order to survive on this changed planet. As the Earth rotates, centrifugal force is generated. This force is greater at the equator than at the poles. As a result, people weigh less at the equator than they do at the poles. Eventually, if the Earth rotated fast enough, people would be weightless. This scenario is unlikely to ever happen, but it's interesting to think about what would happen if it did. If the Earth's rotation were to speed up, it would have a number of effects on the planet's gravitational forces. This could also affect the behavior of satellites and other objects in space, as they would experience a slightly weaker gravitational force from the Earth. This would have a major impact on plant and animal life, as many species rely on a regular day/night cycle to function. For example, plants use sunlight to photosynthesize, so shorter days would mean less time for them to produce food. Animals that are active during the day would also be affected, as they would have less time to forage for food and build a shelter. The changes in temperature, wind, and ocean currents could also have a major impact on plant and animal life. Many species could be unable to adapt to the new conditions, leading to extinction and other environmental crises. If the Earth's rotation speed increases, it could have a significant impact on some animals that rely on the planet's magnetic field for navigation. These creatures, such as bees and butterflies, could become confused or disoriented if the field was altered. While it's unlikely that the Earth's rotation would speed up to this degree, it's still important to consider the potential impacts of even small changes to our planet's natural rhythms. This would have a major impact on human civilization, as infrastructure, agriculture, and other essential systems would be disrupted. The widespread social and economic upheaval could ensue, with potentially devastating consequences. Human health. Our bodies are finely tuned to the 24-hour cycle of day and night. A faster spinning Earth could disrupt our circadian rhythms, which could have negative effects on sleep, mood, and overall health. Circadian rhythms are physical, mental and behavioral changes that follow a daily cycle. They are found in most living things, including animals, plants and even bacteria. The main circadian rhythm in humans is the sleep/wake cycle. Circadian rhythms are controlled by an internal biological clock that responds to light and dark cues from the environment. The main cue for the human circadian clock is sunlight. When it is light outside, our brain sends signals that make us feel alert and awake. When it is dark outside, our brain sends signals that make us feel sleepy and tired. The human body has many other circadian rhythms besides the sleep/wake cycle, including body temperature, hormone production, metabolism and cell regeneration. These rhythms are all coordinated by the master circadian clock in the brain. Disruptions to the body's circadian rhythms can have negative consequences on health. For example, shift work that involves working late at night or early in the morning can disrupt the sleep/wake cycle and lead to fatigue, insomnia and other health problems. Jet lag can also disrupt circadian rhythms when people travel across time zones. If the Earth began spinning twice as fast, it would pose several problems that would need to be addressed. These include regulating temperature and wind conditions, developing new methods of agriculture and resource management, and improving our ability to predict and prepare for extreme weather events. Regulating temperature and wind conditions. The increased rotational speed of the Earth would cause the atmosphere to circulate faster, resulting in higher temperatures and stronger winds. One solution would be to develop new technologies that can better control the environment, such as advanced weather control systems. Another solution would be to modify existing buildings and infrastructure to better withstand high winds and extreme temperatures. Developing new methods of agriculture and resource management. The increased rotational speed of the Earth would also impact agriculture, as crops would need to be able to withstand higher winds and more extreme weather conditions. This would require farmers to develop new methods of agriculture that can protect crops from being damaged or destroyed. Additionally, the way we manage resources would need to be adapted to account for the changes in the environment. For example, water resources would need to be managed differently in areas where rainfall is increased or decreased due to the changed climate. As unbelievable as it may sound, the speed of Earth's rotation is constantly changing. Earthquakes, tsunamis, large air masses, and melting ice sheets can all alter the spin rate at the millisecond level. If an earthquake swallows a bit of the ground, reducing the planet's circumference ever so slightly, it effectively speeds up how quickly Earth completes its rotation. A large air mass can have the opposite effect, slowing our spins a smidgen like an ice skater who leaves her arms out instead of drawing them in. The Earth's rotation speed also changes over time. About 4.4 billion years ago, the Moon formed after something huge crashed into Earth. Our planet was probably shaped like a flattened football and spinning so rapidly that each day might have been only about 4 hours long. In conclusion, the scenario of the Earth spinning twice as fast may seem like a purely hypothetical one, but it's worth exploring the potential consequences of such a situation. From changes in weather and temperature to impacts on plant and animal life and human civilization, the effects could be far-reaching and potentially catastrophic. By considering these scenarios, we can better prepare for the challenges that our planet may face in the future.